What's good, my G's? Your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers in the house. How you doing? How you living? How you gaming? Of course, if you don't already know, G stands for Gamers. Battlefield 1 Open Beta. Yes, I had the early access. You all should be getting the actual beta by the time you see this. I know some of you are wondering what my thoughts are. I made a couple comments. Uncle Rizza will probably not be able to touch this, so I will be your guide today and tomorrow and for however long we have access to this. And yeah, it's kind of hard to manage my expectations for you guys. Like I could talk to Rizzo all day because I talk to him all day, every day, and he understands where I'm at. So I have to try to dial it down to give you guys a very raw, level and balanced type of feedback for this. My impressions on this beta, and I'm gonna say this the most simplest way, and this is not a bad thing, but if you guys remember when we first discovered that EA DICE was going to do that Star Wars Battlefront, and then we saw the footage and it looked like Battlefield, and it looked like it felt like Battlefield, and then it went away for some months, and then it came back looking like Star Wars, like really Star Wars, and now fast forward, we have a Battlefield game that looks like Star Wars Battlefront. And I've played enough Star Wars Battlefront to know it when I see it. I mean, the style guides is probably the dead giveaway. Running around, and I think it's Sinai Desert, it reminds me of running around on, I think it's Hoth or whatever board where you see there's like 4 or 5 maps on Star Wars that use these types of mountains. Definitely was in the trial and the beta and the alpha. These mountains look like they're straight from there, and I'm not saying that they are. What I'm saying is they look that good, because I always said that the Star Wars game looks very good. But just the style guides in general, how the guns feel, the kill feed, the little things with the animations of like select the weapons, selecting where you spawn at, moving around the menus, all that feels very Star Wars Battlefront-ish style guide. And I've been trying to separate all of that with the in-game action, and this is my best attempt to do that. The in-game action definitely plays like a World War Battlefield game. It is Battlefield World War 1, and it doesn't feel that much of a take back. And remember, I made those videos, one that was hating and 2 said that I was on board. That was like, I don't want to play a World War 1 first person multiplayer. I would love the campaign, because War 1 has never really been told. There's not a lot of World War 1 games out there, especially when it comes to first person shooter. So I was excited for that. And as far as it being a multiplayer, it's doing very well. I think the speed is about right. I like what they changed as far as the Conquest tickets go. Before, traditionally the Conquest tickets worked like, you control the points, and then when you kill people, that also decreases tickets. Now it's about how long you hold the point, and the tickets go up. So if the game used to be 100, you had 100 times to die, or 100 deplete to 100. Now you have to get up to 100, and kills don't matter in terms of adding to that Conquest score in terms of how you win and lose the game. Yes, kills matter because you have to kill people in order to take shit, but they don't factor into the actual points being made when it comes to that scoring mechanism, which is, at first I thought it was kind of silly, but now that I've seen it in action, it's actually really good. I want to say that my biggest complaint about the game right now, and this isn't something, I think this is a deliberate choice, or maybe they're trying to figure this out. It's not the little glitches that we're gonna see. It's not the little somebody riding on a horse and the backpack on his horse is just jumping on and off in some mixed up pixels. It's not none of that stuff. It's actually something to do with the sound. I also don't feel like this sound is that amazing in terms of in comparison to its other games, which means that's a very high level regardless. But there's been a couple times where I've been stab from behind, shot from behind at close range, and I've been hit with the rush melee too. And you know, you really don't hear these guys. You don't hear these footsteps. I think in Battlefield Bad Company 2, the footsteps were too loud, and they were too much of the same. Whether you didn't know if that was your teammate running behind you or an enemy running behind you, the general rule of thumb is if you hear extra footsteps, turn around. I also think that Battlefield 3 might have perfected the footsteps. I think Battlefield 4 did a great job of extending that, especially with their war tapes. Hardline was just on par, and I feel like this one is definitely taking a step back. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm not sure if that's intent or whatever, but I am not hearing enemy footsteps, and this would be a problem even if I don't preface this. Like, I play Overwatch and you don't hear your teammates' footsteps, all you hear is enemy footsteps. So if you hear that, you know you better plan accordingly. And you know, for those of you who've been with us for a very long time, you know how big fans we are of Medal of Honor 2010, even Warfighter, but you know that sound is key. It's to the point where EA has us never playing their games without headsets. So if I can't hear enemy footsteps, it's pointless to wear a headset with this goddamn game unless I'm talking to friends. Outside of that, that is literally my biggest gripe. All the other stuff is general alpha, beta bugs that will get ironed out, which I don't need to report on. And a lot of it does deal with pixel stretching, character deformity, nothing that gets in the way while you're actually playing. It might just be a character, well, I haven't seen it yet, but like a character going past you and you know the pixels stretch a little bit. There was one time where I died and I got hit with a loop until I decided, I forget what I did, but I broke the loop, and that was kind of annoying. It was like I got killed and the camera kept spanning up and down or something like that. But you know, that's the beta bug shit, and I've actually seen that before in Hardline, and I think I seen it one time in Battlefield beta, so it's not a big deal. I didn't do too much vehicle stuff. I do feel I felt annoyed at one point with the gameplay because I was running medic, and then I was like, oh wait a minute, I have the light grenades. So after I leveled up a little bit, I earned those little war bucks to make unlocks, which I'm not gonna comment on that because I'm still trying to figure out if it's a good look or not. I'd rather just unlock things. I don't want to in Hardline that was pissing me off. So you know, I stay tuned with me on that. I may make a specific video on that towards the end of the beta. But you know, the level that we playing on is pretty good, but I kind of, there's a lot of openness going on, and I know what they're going for. I know, well, I don't say I know, but I have a good feel why they did that and why they was pushing it like that. So you know, it got a little annoying at some places because I couldn't hear footsteps. So when I was pushed into the tighter quarters, it just really was, it was really annoying because I've never died so many times by melee in a Battlefield game before, just even in the beta stage. I think I've been meleeed way too many times than I've been in Hardline, career-wise on Hardline already. And that includes the beta. That includes, I think it was 2 betas, and the fact that the game has been out since, I don't even remember. But I already know that I've been meleeed way more times in this Battlefield beta than I have in the actual retail version of Hardline. And that's doing in large part because I can't hear motherfuckers running up on me. And again, that's one of my biggest, that's literally my biggest issue. The explosions look good. The destructible environments, I'm not really seeing that. I'm not really seeing the sandstorm. Oh my god, let me talk about the sandstorm. That looked amazing. It literally changes the whole, you know, the whole spiel. I think I was in the middle of a gun battle one point, and a sniper was getting ready to chime in and take the nose hair out my nose, and that storm came through, and I fired one shot off at him, and then I moved, and then I end up scrambling into someone else, and I flanked 2 of them, and then I didn't see one, obviously, so he killed me. It wasn't a melee, and I promise you it wasn't a melee. And you know, that was just like, yeah, you know, that shit works. The airplane bombers and all those other guys, those guys were doing what they was doing. That was cool. I was helping out at one point. A little difficult for me to handle. It's different. The horse, I didn't have much success with the horse, and I didn't put too much time with the horse, so I probably will report with that. My early impressions of the horse is the motherfucker moves like a horse, and that's a compliment. That's nothing negative. I just was trying to see if I could break the horse and ride it like a motorcycle or a bike, and it wasn't happening, so that's a good thing. And yes, I got meleeed from a fucking horse. You know, but other than that, you know, I'm enjoying it, and I want to give it some more time. But I know you guys were wondering, you know, what I was thinking. I've only played with the assault and the medic class and a little bit of the sniper class, and you know, I'm going to experiment some more with the other classes and probably some vehicle. I'll probably do a whole vehicle thing, because some of my experience now with the vehicle is like it's different. Like, if you never play hardcore on a regular Battlefield, that's the one thing, but it's also another thing when if you're the driver, you're the driver. If you're the side gunner, you're the side gunner. If you're the top gunner, you're the top gunner. Like, it's a different experience, and your field of view is your field of view. Like, it is what it is. So that's pretty cool. It's different, and it's pretty cool at the same time. I'm wondering how other people are handling that, but that's it for me right now. It's kind of late. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I think I got maybe 6 or 7 more games that I played since I got home from work, and I'm gonna say I'm about 11 games in, and those are my impressions. So if you have any questions that I can answer, you know, you let me know. Else I see you on the battlefield. All right, your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers, and I'm out. Peace.